Hello, my name is Dr. Ruth Newstifter. Most folks just call me Dr. Ruthie, and I'm a professional sexuality educator and a relationship coach. I blog over at exploringintimacy.com, but thanks to the great folks at funwares.com, I'm here answering your questions on sex and relationships. If you have a question, you can send it in to me at AskDrRuthie, AskDrRuthie at funwares.com. All right, let's take a look at the question that we have. Dr. Ruthie, my girl has many intimate fantasies about other guys who are strong and well built. Is it normal for her to act this way, or should I treat it as an act of infidelity? P.S. Please help me out. Thank you so much for sending in your question, and this is a really good one, and it's a really important topic in relationships that many of us will deal with if we're honest in our communications with each other. So the first thing I'm thinking is somehow you found out that she has fantasies about these delicious, well-built guys, and I don't know how this conversation came about or how this confession was made, but I hope that it's a sign of some really good positive communication about sexuality between the two of you. And if not, you can always take it in that direction later. It's never too late to start good communication. And what I mean by that is when we have things we want to share with our partners about our sexuality and about our sexual energy and things like that, we should be in a relationship where we feel safe and comfortable sharing that information, and where the other person may not be happy to hear it, depending on what the information is, but they will help us to go create that safe, comfortable as possible environment. So I hope that that's how you found out, and it was a good conversation between the two of you, even though you're not sure where to take it now. Now, that said, I feel like there's almost two different questions in here. One of them is, you made a point of describing the people she fantasizes about as other guys who are strong and well built. And I jumped to a conclusion that maybe you don't define or describe yourself in that way. And so part of what's going on here is possibly her having fantasies about men who do not look the way you look. And so let's talk about that before we talk about the nature of whether fantasies are an okay thing or not. It is perfectly fine and does not mean any sense of dissatisfaction if someone has a fantasy about someone who doesn't look like you, or someone who may look like our cultural stereotype of what is most attractive. As human beings, we have fantasies, and these kind of socially created, socially endorsed stereotypes of what is sexy can be very attractive. And there's a difference between eye candy, things we like to look like, things we like to look like, and things we like to look at, and people that we want to spend our lives with, right? And it doesn't make you any less attractive. When you are attracted to another person who's very important in your life, you're attracted to them as a whole person. You're attracted to them physically, but you're also attracted to different aspects about them. And, you know, perhaps you married for reasons other than attraction, and that's fine too. The more time we spend with someone that we like, the more we get to like even more things about them. So this attraction can still develop over time, not a problem. So please, it's hard to know that someone is thinking about those things and to feel secure. But I hope that you will find it in yourself to continue to feel secure and to process that yourself, even though she may be fantasizing about people that you don't think look like you or that you think might be hotter than you. The other part is it okay to be having fantasies in general about other people? And, you know, I've hinted at my answer about this already. It's not going to come as a surprise, but before I blurt it out directly, just to let you know that we all come to our own decisions about this as individuals and as relationships. And there are things that are natural, normal, and healthy, like fantasies, but we also make our own rules about things. And so, of course, my answer comes from my perspective, both professionally and personally, on what is okay and what isn't. And so you will bring your own morals and ethics and background and all that sort of stuff into your own answer, and that's okay, as long as you are recognizing and balancing your answer with a knowledge of what is normal. So you may say, I know this is normal, but I want to go this other way. That's okay, as long as you know that the other person doesn't have something deviant with them. It's just that you have decided to set your own standard. That's all right too. Having sexual fantasies, having romantic or crush fantasies or crushes on people, liking to fantasize about other people, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That is natural, normal, and healthy. You may decide that you want to converse and create some other sort of standard, and you're going to work hard to do something that doesn't come so naturally and normally, and that's up to you. But from my perspective, it's a-okay. And for what is normal human nature, it's a-okay. Now, sometimes, of course, when we're unhappy in a situation, we do kind of have these escapist fantasies and ideas, and maybe there are things wrong in the relationship if she finds herself so attracted to these fantasies that it's hard for her to connect with you. Well, then we have a bigger problem. But it's not the fantasy. The fantasy is just the flag waver that lets us know and alerts our attention to a problem somewhere else. Or it could be that this is just her wonderful sexual energy and it's coming out in many different directions and these fantasies and things. And hopefully the two of you can find ways to use that sexual energy and that erotic energy she has with her fantasies to make your relationship even more passionate and exciting by playing with sharing these fantasies with each other verbally, or using these fantasies to get excited and then bring that excitement back to each other. Whatever the case may be, whatever is appropriate for you in your relationship. But to know that this is not something that's unfaithful, unless the two of you sit down and decide you want to call it unfaithful and you both come to that decision. And to know that if you do come to that decision, you've got a tough uphill battle ahead of you. Because you are definitely pushing against human nature. Fantasies do not spell disaster for the relationship. I would say it's more how we react and respond to these fantasies, or if there's some sort of flag waver thing going on and we're not paying attention to underlying problems if the fantasies are too all-consuming. There's my answer for you. I hope that it is helpful and that it allows the two of you to open up communication even more so with each other, and maybe even explore how fantasies can become a wonderful part of your relationship together. I'm Dr. Ruthie, and I will see you at the next video. Thanks.